All right, so this is Autofox. So, okay, so this is a standard account. So when you guys first come in, you have 40 automations already built in. And see, for folks who don't know, I've been using the software for like 3 years, so I have way more than this because I built some custom campaigns. But when you sign up for DisputFox, these are the standard automations that you have. Okay. Um, I am going to let's just click this one so I can just go over. And actually, I'm going to open the chat just in case y'all might have a question. I'll just move it up here. Okay. So real quickly, I just want to go over what the buttons are. Like what these mean at the top. What is this stuff, right? Um, so one, the Autofox type. Affiliate means this Autofox is going to go out to your affiliates, client lead. It can be set to go out to clients or leads. Autofox categories. This to me is kind of only really like if you're really OCD like me, I do kind of put my Autofoxes in different categories, but otherwise to get Autofox to work, Autofox categories doesn't really matter. It's just if you want to organize them. So maybe like you have all your welcome emails and stuff in onboarding. If you have any nurturing campaigns, you might put them in marketing. Well, actually, onboarding could be reminding them to get documents. Then the welcome section could be the actual welcome. Marketing could be your lead nurturing campaigns. Rounds is the actual rounds that's going to go out. So rounds 1 through 12, right? And then systems is your internal emails. So if you have stuff that you could trigger that's going to go to your staff or go to you to remind you to do certain steps, then I label those as systems in my account. Okay. Start condition. If you manual and auto are our two options. Manual, if we click manual, that means this is not going to automatically trigger. You're going to have to go in to your client's account and manually trigger this Autofox to go out each time if you want it to be manual. If you want it to be auto, whenever it meets the start trigger or the start condition, which I'll go over in a second, it's going to automatically trigger, right? Conditions met, any or all. So any is basically if we had more than one start condition. So say if I don't know, just for the sake of it, I'll pick this one. So any would be if any of these two conditions were met for start, the Autofox will automatically trigger if any of these two conditions met, right? But let's just say you have something and you're like, no, I don't want this Autofox to start until they meet all of these conditions or both of these conditions, then you would select all. Okay. And then you can also always remove it here. Existing records. Okay, this was the thing that kept us in the doozy for like a year. Okay, we were like, what in the world does this mean? So existing records really is code for existing clients. Okay, so if you are, say you are building a new Autofox, we got a new stock condition, right? Say we got a new stock condition and it's like, oh, I wanna go in, I wanna create this and oh, I wanna create a new Autofox for when web form submitted or if they send me a message, right? So basically what existing records does, if you can say yes or no. So existing records means that when you create this Autofox and you hit this save button, right? So say we say yes. This is why they put this warning here for us, because people was putting yes and stuff was going out. When you hit yes, this Autofox is going to go to everybody who meets this start trigger in your system, right? If you don't want older clients to get this Autofox, then you should hit no. You see it's going to go away, right? Now, you can see here, they put this checkbox with this warning to say, hey, FYI, this is existing records. If you hit yes, this many people would get this Autofox. You can see mine is going to be set to 0 because right now there's nobody in the system that will meet this condition. So nobody would get it, right? But before you save it, it's asking you to check the box, right? Say if this 0 was 20. It's going to say, hey, do you want these 20 people to get this Autofox? Yes or no. And then you just confirm it and you hit save. Reoccurring rules is once, if you want the Autofox to go out once or you want it to repeat. So for the majority of your Autofoxes, they should be set to once, right? So to me, your welcome emails, your round emails, maybe your nurturing emails, maybe should be set to once. The things you want to set on repeat is billing. Billing, really mainly billing, right? So for those who know, like, I kind of started branching out a little bit and helping folks kind of customize their Autofox system. So one of the things I did in the system is I went and built out a billing, and I'm gonna show you that. I went out and I build out your billing reminders or billing payment fail billing, not necessarily reminders, but payment fail, right? So when that invoice is failed, they're going to keep getting reminders to, hey, go in your system, update your card, whatever. And then after a certain amount of time, they kind of get the boot, right? But because particularly if you're billing monthly on pay per delete, you want this to be set to repeat, right? Because they're going to have an invoice every so often. So you want that Autofox to continue to go out. So that should be set to repeat. All right. Any questions on that before I back out of this? And just so you guys know, we have in the Sprufox group already. If you guys don't know, this is already in the file section. So we already have this in the file section explaining what each of these triggers are. What these triggers are and what these buttons are in the system. So it's in the group. If you scroll to the top of the group, click on files, you'll see it. Okay, so I'm not hearing any questions on that. So here's what I'm gonna click on the payment fail. So this is what I was saying in payment fail, right? So payment fail, you could build this out and you see it's already set. Payment fail every time, even the Sprufox already have it set to repeat, right? And then say if you wanted to build this out, you would just come in and you would hit new step and you would literally just continue to build out that Autofox for however many days you are allowing them to go have a non-payment invoice in your account. Right now, for me, it's 14 days, down from 30 days. I used to give people 30 days. Now I give them 14 days. So if their invoice remains not paid for the first 5 days, they get the warnings. Then after the 5th day, their account is suspended. And then at the 14th day, they are terminated. So that's how I have mine built out. Any question? You guys can come off of mute. I think I got y'all muted too. I'm sorry, but you can come off of mute too if you have a question. Or you can type it in the chat, whichever one. All right, so it's still okay. So hearing nothing, I'm just going to come up and just show you something else with, so here's the button too. So this is how you would add an, say if you wanted something that's not already created, you come in, this is where you would you would click add new Autofox. So just for the sake so I could show you all the start triggers, I'm gonna leave it as client lead. I just want to show you all the start conditions. Look at all these. So this is all the Autofoxes that you could build out, right? You can have stuff from when the client changes status, the processes, the folder. You can have automations for when their letters are due, tasks due. I hear a lot of people ask in the group about how to do a happy birthday text. You would come in, do date of birth. That's how that's built out. You could come in, you could change the Google language. I think the Google language is Spanish. I think it's the only one we have right now. You can do billing reminders. So for the billing reminders, it's down here. So you would do manual invoice due, right? If it's a manual invoice, and you guys know that our first initial invoice is always manual until you go in and set up the reoccurring billing. So manual invoice due in, reoccurring invoice due is here. And you could come in. I think for me, I have mine set to like 2 or 3 days, so you do 2 days. And then, I don't know, what I'm gonna call this? Billing reminder. Look, it's already in my business for all my stuff I got up here. Reminder. Billing reminder to existing records, yes, repeat. Um, oh, I didn't even go with suspension criteria. So this one, you don't really need a suspension criteria, but suspension criteria is if, say if you build out an Autofox for if that payment failed. You don't want them to keep getting the same payment failed Autofoxes, once it already start, right? So you would come in and you would say, okay, I want this Autofox to stop when. That's what suspension criteria means. Enable. You click the enable button. When do you want the Autofox to stop? You want it to stop when? So for most people, if it's like a payment Autofox, you would come in and hit payment, and then you would hit payment success. And it would tell Autofox to stop that. Okay. All right, so reoccurring invoice due. And I just want to come in and test this one because I want to show you, because I saw that in the group too. People were asking, I'm gonna just call this test, I don't know, instant, whatever. People were asking how you delete a step, but I'm going to show you the action. So this is all the stuff that in Autofox that you could do as far as systems. You could build out Autofoxes to send emails, SMS, portal messages. You could create a task. Tasks are my favorite, particularly round tasks, particularly like if you have different steps that you want your staff to do, having tasks built out in your Autofox is really helpful because it shows up over here in your task bar, which I don't have any tasks, but it goes there. So that's like really helpful if you're like really forgetful and you're trying to take notes or you're trying to remember what you need to do. For me, when I log into my software, I'm working right off of my task and my reminder, so I already know what I need to do that day. Portal access on or off. This is important. I would say maybe in the case of a billing or if a client decides to cancel, you can come in. Previously, before we had this, we had to go in and manually turn off portal access to folks that canceled for whatever reason. But now you can have Autofox automatically turn portal access off or on for you, right? It can go either or. API action is for really super advanced folks who are really into coding. You can really get in there and do stuff with API. Updated fields and mobile app SMS is new. So update data fields is really important. Particularly if you have stuff that's going into, say like if a client failed payment 14, 15 days, you may have them go into a client cancel folder or whatever the case is, right? So you would just come in and do that and save. Previously, we had to go in and manually do all this stuff, but now you can build it out in Autofox. You could also, as part of your nurturing campaign or your billing reminders, your round notifications, you can come in and you can build out mobile app messages too. Okay. And that's really important for us right now because they're hating on us and we cannot text. Okay. We cannot text. So let me go in and show y'all real quick to what I mean when I say this is important, right? Because Dispute Fox, they automatically gave us SMS because at the time, we could send text messages, right? But a lot of your clients are not going to get this. So what you can literally do is just come over, I'll just use that. You can literally just come over, copy and paste, come in, and then do a mobile app and just paste it here. And we'll just call it what? Round 1 cent. I'm gonna call it round 1 because I'm OCD. I'll call it round 1 cent app, right? So that way you're kind of covered. So they're still getting their notifications, right? And then you see how Autofox, they already have stuff built out for 7 days, 21 days, 28 days. You would just come in, you could just copy and paste these messages. So, just to keep that line of communication open via the app. So right now there are no app, automations built out in Autofox, but you can build those out in Autofox. Any questions, guys? Because I feel like I'm talking a lot and y'all are super quiet. No? Okay, by show of hands, let's drop it in the chat. How many people have been using the app, the client app? Like, how many people have been using the client app and have you found it beneficial to you so far? because I'm gonna show you you could how you could automate that without having to keep manually sending that app out. I'm trying to give y'all a good gem before we get off. Cause that's how I had folks. I'm like, how can I automate that? Like, I'm sorry to send the link. Yes, like I literally automated mine the first week. Cause I'm like, look, I ain't got time to keep sending no link. Yeah, I love it too. Like, it's real convenient. It's real convenient. I even downloaded the admin app, even though I did not want to download that, and it was against my religion, but I downloaded it. All right, so let me find the mobile app Autofox because it's over here somewhere. Lead. I probably should just go over all these Autofox. But y'all know what the round can. So you know you have your rounds 1 through 12. You know you have that. This is your client new portal message, new portal message. Imported clients onboarding. This is if you guys were bringing in clients from a different system like CRC or something, and you imported them in the system, it will automatically, trigger this Autofox, welcoming them and things of that nature, right? It would just welcome them. That's what that one is. And then you have your lead campaign. That's self-explanatory. If anybody that's the lead, they come in and they get their little lead welcome emails. Again, you can come in, you can build this stuff out and customize it any way you want. If you're really fancy, you can come in and play with the source code, right? That's my little trick, the source code. I come in and I just copy and paste the source code and do what I need to do and then copy and paste it back. So you have Meet Fox. Where I know him, let's see. Because I want to show y'all, and it might don't work because I probably have to go in and change they don't even have. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm trying to tell y'all something that maybe I already did, and that's why it's not on here. All right. So who want to know how you can automate this here mobile app so that you don't have to go in and do this? It'll automatically be automated. And if you're really fancy, you can maybe send it out when folks are finished their onboarding, or you can do it as soon as they become a client. It'll automatically go out to them. All right, so let's see. So basically you come into settings, right? I'm gonna show you guys settings. Let's see. Email settings, right? Well, portal settings and email settings is where all the fun stuff is. Okay. So here's your customer portal. Here's all the fun stuff, right? You guys can come in. You can toggle things on and off. You could make things required. Oh, look. And I haven't been in here so long. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. So I be amazed. I'm like, oh, they added all this stuff. Cause my account been set up for so long. So when I come in and I see, I'm like, oh, look at all this stuff y'all got. So you can turn stuff on and off, make stuff required step. Look at that. I feel like this list is getting longer and longer. Okay. All right. So required steps. I'm gonna have to look at that myself now. All right. And
I
then
have a question.
yes.
Is there anyone on here, or, is anyone have any suggestions? I want the client to have to add their address in manually by themselves. I
Mm-hmm.
see the part where they can upload the proof of address, but I want them to manually, like normally I do the credit analysis beforehand, so I get their login details beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So the credit monitoring is not the issue, and I see that pops up. But I
Mm-hmm.
want them to have to put their actual, like, type in their address, so I make sure everything, matches, and that, they put the information in themselves.
Got it. Yeah, and I know how to do that. So that's on a different screen. So let me show you guys how to do the mobile app real quick, and then I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay, because literally everything that's in the client account, from their phone number, birth date, all that stuff can be automated. And the short answer to your question, but I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna walk you through it. The short answer to your question is you have to create a DisputeFox web form. Okay, that's the short answer to your question. And whatever you put on that web form, the web form will collect and it automatically goes into the client file. Okay. All right. So really quickly, email, SMS. So for all the stuff that you don't see in Autofox, if you guys ever want to come in and edit your templates, this is where you get all this stuff. So this is where our progress report template is, our audit template is. Even like if you want to come in and change the emails or whatever, like say if it's something in here that you don't like or don't fit with your business model, this is where you want to come. And I'm gonna show you again where I'm at. I'm in email, SMS Zapier, and I'm in email template. This is where you can come and edit that. Okay. Same thing with SMS template, which we don't have any. The audit template, if you want to change it, it will be here. Someone asked in the group what canned messages are, just really quickly. Canned messages is like if you have a message that, you know, like a frequently asked question that your clients are always asking you, you want to go there, right? And you can get your messages there and it'll automatically go out. This is if you don't have a domain. They started letting folks use their Gmail and other account. You would come here and do that. Your SMS configuration if you need to text, and obviously your Zapier if you are using Zapier. But if you guys stick with me, I can show you how to use the SpeedFox without Zapier. You don't need Zapier to use the SpeedFox unless you're doing some super organic stuff. Okay. All right. So email template. Bam. Mobile app. Here it is right here. You come in. Okay. You want to click on the, and I'm recording this and I'm going to put it on the YouTube channel. So you could either listen, take notes, but you'll have a playback. You copy and paste the source code. Okay. I just did that. I'm going to put it back. Then I'm going to come over to Autofox. I'm going to say add new Autofox. Client lead. Select new. I'll put welcome. I'm going to say mobile app. All existing records, yes. Repeat, we don't need it to repeat. We don't need a suspension criteria because it's only going to go out one time. Stock condition, I'm going to say to keep it simple because I didn't create stuff in the system yet. Customer type, I'm going to say client. FYI, the mobile app is not available for leads as of yet. It's only for clients. So this is going to tell Autofox that every time we turn somebody to a client to do what I'm going to tell it to do down here. So I'm going to come in. I'm going to say new step. If I get this bar out of my way so I can type in, I'm going to say mobile app email. For me, I kind of always like to delay my Autofoxes by like 5 minutes. The first one, because you never know, you might trigger something by accident and then you need to manually turn it off, right? So I always delay my my Autofoxes by 5 minutes or so. Come in, email. When you come in with a blank email, you're going to already see this blank template here. So I just come in, I do source code. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to paste the source code that I swapped from them and bam, it's there, right? So
I'm so sorry. Can you rewind back a second? You said you're going to copy the source code?
yeah, so I copied the source code already. Remember, I'm recording this, so you'll get it back. You
Oh,
can
okay.
get
All
it
right.
back. It's gonna be a mobile app. But when I was showing you guys in the portal, you just copy the I copied and paste the source code from the email. I came in, I created the Autofox, right? And then I'm gonna show you from here again what I did, right? Because I can come out. I just gotta move. This thing is in the way. Delete this, right? So remember, I already copied the source code. So when you're creating the email in the SpeedFox, this is their standard template. Unless you change it, this is the standard template that you'll get. So in order for me to paste the mobile app source code, I have to delete this one. So I'm on a Mac, so I'm gonna just select all, delete, okay? Then I'm going to paste. Hit the source code button back, okay? And it's gonna be there, okay? I don't have a verified domain, so let's use secure client mail, and I'm gonna call this, that's what they call it. Download, yeah, download our app. Keep it simple. Download our app, secure client mail. I don't know. I'm gonna say info. Or maybe I'll put stuff like this, I might put no reply. That's my favorite thing to see, right? And then save. Now, if you're foreign to this, like the more you keep building out autofoxes and doing stuff, it's going to get really, really easy. So I'm going to walk you through again. So what I just did was I took their source code, came in, created a new autofox titled mobile app. And basically, this autofox is going to go out every time you switch a person to a client, right? So if you are in that file and you're manually sending that link, or you may forget to manually send that link, if you come in and you set this up, you do not have to do that anymore because the autofox is going to automatically send it, right? Now, if you have as now, I can't send a mobile app message here because they don't have a mobile app. But if you wanted to come in, if you had your text messages set up, because some people do have their text set up, you could come in and then send them a text that says, "Hey, uh, just sent you an invite to download our app," right? And then you can do your data fields here. You can do company. You can do from assigned to their sales rep, whatever it is. For me, my company is already set up like $1 million company. So I actually have departments. So for me, all my onboarding stuff comes from my sales team, right? So I will put sales representative. So their name will go here, right? And then hit save. So that means they'll get this email and then they'll get this text. Okay. And for some reason, oh yeah, we do, because I'm not going to give it to the Sprufax, right? The Sprufax is already in here as a demo. But you see here, because I said existing records, yes, it's saying that, hey, one client meets this condition. Do you want them to get it? If you wanted them to get this invite, you would just hit the box and then hit save. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad this was helpful, but I just wanted to show this because the mobile app is a new feature for us. And for whatever reason, they didn't automate this. Maybe because some people might use it and some people don't. But right now, you have to manually keep doing this for all your clients. So this is just a way for you to automate that one thing. Okay. All right. I'm going to come out of this. And then I'm going to show you guys the web forms, landing page, phone. Okay. Guys, what did I call it? Okay, there you go. So now you'll see your mobile app, and this is where it would be, right? If you notice, all the auto foxes are alphabetized. So if you're making an auto fox, but you want it to be, in a certain, like maybe at the top or whatever, just keep that in mind that it's alphabetized in here. So I try to, if it's anything, depending on what it is, I'll start it out with client, whatever, because I wanted to make sure it's up here in the client thing. If it's a systems, I'll put the word systems. So that way, if I know I'm looking to edit an autofox, I can come right down to systems, okay? And I can see it. Now, when you start building out a bunch of autofoxes, this little scroll bar on my side, this thing get long. So one of the things I'm going to ask Derek to do, like, hey, can we get a search bar? Well, we can't just type in all, because I don't got time to just be scrolling, scrolling for days. But I think a search bar or something, I don't know how that would work, but yeah, I don't know. I'll probably be asking for too much, but yeah, it can get kind of long. All right, but that's how you do that. If you didn't catch all the steps, please watch it. Please watch the replay and then let me know in the group if you guys, found like the mobile app is working, the Autofox is working, and your clients are getting it, and you're happy you ain't got to trigger it anymore. All right, so let's go next to, I see your question. I'm going to talk about that after I answer the form about web forms. Okay. But really quickly, right now, our industry is kind of banned with Cinetech. So to me, it doesn't even matter what company you're using, you're eventually going to get blocked. Like I've been approved twice and I keep getting blocked after a while. Some people say they got 2, 3 numbers and it works for them. At this point, I'm looking at text messages, like I'm looking at the ability to use Square and PayPal as a merchant account for our companies, right? It's going to be hit and miss for everybody. So I don't have time for all that. So for me personally, right now, I focus on email and app communication. But you can use this 3Fox, and I would have to go to the website, but there's 3 companies that they you can integrate with. Twillo is just one of them. It's 2 other companies. Twillo is just the most popular, and I think maybe the most affordable, but I think we're banned from all 3, personally. Okay. To answer the question about how to collect all this stuff, right? So let's click on client sign up. Let's click on that form. So you would come to web forms. You see what I did here? I came to settings. I came to web forms. Bam. Okay. I'm gonna show y'all how to get jiggy with it. All right, I'm gonna show you how to do this. All right. Okay. So just really quickly about web forms, if this is your first time actually coming in and looking at the web form, let me just go over some ground rules at the top, right? The name, whatever you want your name to be. Oh, I can't change it because this is that. But if this was a form that you created from scratch, you could come in and have this form be for client, lead, or affiliate. Okay. Once the people submit the form, you could have this form redirect to something else. You can have it redirect to your calendar, which I'm not using the SpeedFast calendar, but that's what that means. You would just pick your calendar here and it would put the link up there. But if you have Acuity or something else you wanted to redirect to, it would go here, whatever website. If you don't want this form to redirect anywhere, leave it blank. You can do whoever your assigned to person would be, as far as your distributor, who your sales rep is. You would come in and hit all of that here. If you don't know who you want, or you have a staff, or it's going to alternate, then you want to hit round robin. Okay, round robin means that every time this form is submitted, it's going to take turns on assigning people to their caseload, basically, if you do round robin. If you know you want all your stuff to go to a specific person, you hit that specific person. Whatever's up here is what they're going to come in as. If you have folders, these are the folders they're going to come in as, whatever the process is, you want them to come in there. Status, if you want them to come in as active, or if you created your own status, you come in and do that there. Here's the gem. After highly requested demands, when clients come in with a web form submitted, you can assign agreements. Okay, you can assign agreements. So that means when they come into the system, the agreement is going to already be assigned to them. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you something about the agreement, and you can't really see from this view because it's only one. So I'm gonna show you that real quickly too after this. But the SpewFox has a default agreement in the system that we cannot delete. Okay. So if you're a person that has multiple packages, what we recommend is that you change the SpewFox default agreement and put like a privacy statement or something. Because what I notice is if you come in and you're building out your web forms, sometimes the system is a little wonky and it's going to automatically assign that default agreement to your client too, in addition to whatever else you got assigned to them. If you have this assigned, particularly, if you have stuff broken up, right? So just for folks who don't know, you can break up your agreement. You don't have to have one long agreement. You could break it up. You can put in your privacy statement. You can put in your credit card authorization form. You can put in your chargeback clause. So a lot of folks have that stuff broken up, okay? But just keep that in mind. And I'll show that from the settings just to give you an idea what I'm talking about, because I don't want you to create web forms and then you're like, well, why is this assigning? I didn't assign it. That's because it's the default form for the web form. So you just want to probably make it a privacy statement. All right, company logo. I don't even know what my company logo is in this demo account, but let's just check it and find out. So bam, company logo. It's going to show at the top. So you can see it has all this stuff. It has all this stuff already in there. Welcome. We're still here. Thank you for joining. We're just going over web forms. We talked about Autofox a little bit. Whatever you missed, you can catch on the replay because this call is recorded. Okay. So I don't really have to add too much on here because they didn't already build this out for y'all. Credit card information, billing address, Okay. I will just talk about some extra fields. So let's just say if it's something on here, right, that's missing, I don't see. Okay, so say if you want credit monitoring on here, you would just come over and drop and drag the stuff for the credit monitoring, their key. If you wanted them to upload their documents, right? Say you taught her chasing down documents and you want them to upload their social, whatever, you would come in, right? And you would just drag and drop. And I guess I'm just talking y'all through it, but just for the purpose of illustration, I don't know, where would documents go before we ask for that money? So I could just say like upload ID, upload photo ID. We're going to make this required, right? Just so you can see what it looks like, right? And it looks like this. So here's the caveat to that though, which I'm going to submit my recommendation on that too. When they upload this stuff, just because we put the tab here and we call it upload ID, when they upload their documents, it's not going to go where it's supposed to go in the required steps. All the stuff that they upload is just going to go under the document tab. So either you or your VA will still need to do the extra work to then move these documents over to the correct tabs, right? But at least, you know, you won't have to chase them down to get this information because they want to be able to submit the form without this, okay? So you would just come in, keep dragging and dropping for whatever documents you want them to do. They give you the Google language here as well. I'm trying to see if there's, where is the button for? Okay. And then, so for the basic, these are the buttons if you want, you know, so maybe it's not the data fields, but it's a specific question that you want to ask them that's not here and you want to type it out yourself. That's what that means. Okay. So check box, if you want to check box answer, select boxes, it would be for multiple choice. Radio is good for like yes or no. And I guess button if you want to have a button. That's new because that wasn't there. I thought this was in here the other day. All right. So let's just save. Okay. They gave me the F me credit logo. All right. So this would just look like. Okay. So they would come in, they would fill this out. Again, if you're using this as like your sign client out form, a lot of this stuff you may want to make required, right? So if it's required, you would just make it, it would have that red dot. Okay. And I know I didn't show you how to make it required. I did that really fast, but let me know if you guys need me to do that again. All right. But this is how you get this information. Whatever they put here is going to go wherever it needs to go. Their credit card information is going to go in the billing. Address, phone number, birthday, it's going to all go wherever it needs to go in that correct data field. Okay. So for me, for example, I have several packages created on my website. And I am not a website designer, but I knew how to do my web forms. So I did my web forms. And you can see here, you have option 1, option 2, option 3. For me, I think the easiest way is to take your form, right? Take your sign out form and put it on your website. Embed this on your website. Okay. To embed it on your website, you want option 1 or option 3. If you are not building out your own website and you contracted somebody else to do it, you want to do option 1. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying option 1 is it's because it's the easy install. You only have to bother your web guy one time, right? Because once they embed it, it's done. That means you could go in and make 50 million changes to that web form, and it's going to automatically change on your website because you use the option 1. Okay. Option 3 is a custom install. So again, if you're really fancy and you enter the source code and you build your own website, you could do custom install. But what that means is if you are making changes to your web form, whenever you make the changes to your web form, you then have to go and re-embed this code on the website again. Okay. Option 2. This is really long. Look at this. You see how long this link is? This is for the folks that be like, oh, how can I get a link so I can text it to somebody? You don't want to text this. This is, I don't even know how many characters this is. This is probably about 2-3 texts, right? You don't want to text this. So I recommend if you don't have a website and you want to create web forms for sign up, free consultation or whatever it is, you want to take your option 2 right? Copy clipboard, right? It's copied, right? And maybe put it behind the link tree button that says client sign up or whatever, because then at least it's hiding. At least then it's going to be hiding this long, dreadful link, and it's still going to accomplish the same goal, even if you don't have a website. Okay. Did I answer your question about how to collect things? Or do you need more? Do you have any more additional questions on that? And thank you for joining. We had a late start because I got home late and then I had to come out so you guys would not have background noise with my kids in the background, and then I could not connect to Wi-Fi. So we end up getting started around 8:30. But the call is recorded. The call is recorded. So I am going to yeah, we got started around 8:30. So I'm going to the call is recorded. Only thing we kind of ran over is really light. We just went over Autofox and how to connect the mobile app so that you guys don't have to manually keep sending that. And now I'm going over web form because someone asked the question of how to collect client data without having to manually do it. So I'm going over web forms. Remember, everything gets recorded and we are going to post this. Or I should say, I'm going to post this. Okay, so you can catch the playback. Okay. So before I move on, I just wanted to ask to see, did I answer your questions about the web form? Okay. Here or not, did anyone else? Because I'm giving you guys to 9:30 before I hop off. So we have another about 15 minutes, my time. Did anyone have any other questions? I know I saw a question about Twillo. I can't answer you about a phone because I never used the Spoofox for their phone system. I've always used Grasshopper, and then recently I converted to Ring Central because I like the fact that Ring Central can record the calls and do a little bit more things than the Grasshopper app. So I just converted to Ring Central. Yes, okay. Yeah. So someone asked how we can send a happy birthday message to clients in Autofox. So let's go and build that out together. Let's walk through that. Okay. So we'll just come in. Okay. You would click on add new Autofox. It's already populated client lead. I'm gonna call this marketing. Look, it's already in my business, y'all, because I'm telling you, it must save my feels. Okay, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I want this to be auto. Conditions met. It could be any existing records. Yes. Repeat. Yes, I guess. I mean, hopefully they're not with you for longer than one birthday, but whatever. Repeat, yes. I am gonna enable a suspension criteria because I can be petty like that sometimes. All right, so for my start condition, you just come down and you're gonna do date of birth. Okay. So it's showing me 0 clients meet these records. So I didn't have anybody that had a birthday. So when I save this, it's not gonna go out to anybody. Say, because now, say if you want this to stop, say, for example, you're like, I don't want to tell clients that canceled on me happy birthday, right? So you could come in and you could build that out. You could say, whether it's a status or it's a folder, you could come in. Let me see if they got status canceled. They don't have a status canceled in their default. No, okay, so they don't. So let's just say, I think it's a client cancel. It is. Okay. So client cancel folder. So you can say, okay, all your clients that's canceled is going to be moved to the folder. Make sure you mute yourself, guys.
Oh, get them. Get them. That's right. Get them, baby.
Mute yourself. We're on live. We can hear you. We can hear you. Mute yourself, please.
Oh.
All right. So the client canceled, right? So that means they would not get this happy birthday if they were canceled, right? And then you just hit save, make it live. Okay. come down. Now here, so this is just building out the Autofox, right? But now for step 2, you need to tell it what to do. Okay. So we'll hit new step. I'll say happy birthday message. Remember I told you guys previously I like to delay my stuff just 5 minutes. I don't know why. But always just delay something. Okay. Happy birthday. So let's just do, and I have an actually happy birthday template on mine. But if you don't know what to say, go to chat GTP, right? And have them draft you up something. Okay. I'm gonna come in, email. You already have a little semi-template here. But you just, this is how you do it. You just come in and say, hey, happy birthday from your friends at, and if you don't feel like typing out your company name because you're lazy, you can come over here and type that out, right? And I'm just going to kind of just go through it so I can save it. See, it's already, look, it's pulling up my company. That's my company, Charm City. But I'm going to say happy, I'm not say happy baby. Lord, just happy birthday, right? Just keep it quick. Secure client mail. I'll just do no reply. No reply doesn't really mean anything. They can still reply to this. If you want them to reply, they can still reply, but that's how you would save that. Okay. Now, by this time, they should have your mobile app, right? So you could come in, you could do a mobile app message, title it to say happy birthday. See, look, it's already in here. Happy birthday, app message. Come in and say same thing. Happy birthday from your friends at whatever. And if you are really fancy, and mine's because which I need to market more, but I do have like an online store. Sometimes I used to give them a gift card or whatever, but now I don't have time to do all that. So now what I'm gonna do is just I created like on my online store, like in my online store is all my ebooks and stuff. So like my planners, my budget and all that stuff, like my budget planners and things. So now what I do going forward is because I got taught to manually stop in to like send them a gift card or whatever. So now what I do is I just give them a discount, a happy birthday code discount to go to the website and they could get something off the website for a discounted price. So that's what you kind of put in here. So you can say, hey, you could put that in there like, hey, because it's your birthday, here's a special gift or offer or whatever it is you want to give them. Now, let's just say you manually did want to send them something, right? This Autofox, as you can see, it's just going to the client, right? You don't know it's their birthday, especially if you got 70, 50 plus clients. You don't know it's their birthday. So here, if you see a drop down, you see how it says 2, 2, and 2. So you could copy yourself in the email, right? Which I don't really recommend. You copy yourself in the emails. Or what I do personally is I come in and I create a task. So the task is going to be instant. I think I call it, let me see if it pop up. I don't know what I called it in mine, so it's not popping up. But I think I call it client's birthday or something. Oh yeah, here you go, client birthday. It's going to be assigned to demo account. Same thing. I'm just going to come in because you got to title it, right? And basically when you set this up, it's going to show you, you can say it's client's birthday, give them a call. It's I'm gonna say it's their birthday. You can say reach out to them. You can put whatever you want the task to be, whether it's personally pick up the phone to call them because it's their birthday. If you want to send out a gift card because it's their birthday, whatever you want to do, you could put here and just save it, right? And what's going to happen is when that birthday comes, not only is the email and a mobile app message going to go out to them, but you will also, whoever is assigned to this person, okay, whoever's assigned to this person is going to get the task reminder to say, oh, it's so-and-so birthday, let me reach out, right? That's why I kind of preach in a group that it's kind of really important for me to really just work off this toolbar over here. This is going to tell you everything. If you build out your Autofox correctly, this is going to tell you what you need to do every day you log on. You're going to be able to see what task is coming up, what reminders coming up, who sent you messages, what documents are here that you need to review and download. Everything is going to be here. Okay. Another thing about task reminder, the same thing, similar to round robin or whatever. Like if you're not sure who the assigned person is going to be, you would just hit select assign to user. So that means whoever this person is assigned to, that doesn't mean whether they started out with one person and then they later on switch to another person. Disputed if you have staff, it's going to all be right here. If you select assign to user, which is what I personally recommend if you have more than one staff or more than one VA, and just hit save. Okay, and then that's your happy birthday. And you come back, you could come back. And again, remember it's alphabetized, right? So you would come back and you would see it here. Okay. Now let's just say you come in and you're like, oh snap, you know what? I don't want to send an email. I just wanted to be an add message. You could come in and you can always delete steps from the Autofox by just coming in like I just did. You click on the bottoms, right? You click on the bottoms and then you come in and you hit this delete button. Delete button would delete whatever you want to be out of this sequence if you don't want it to go out. Okay. What platform do I use for my store? I use, how do you pronounce it? Is it eWick? I use eWick. I liked that one because I didn't have to lie. They integrate with authorized.net. So it just made the most sense. Because a lot of them other platforms, they integrate with Shop Pay and Stripe and other stuff. So we know we are banned from. And so anything that, you know, if you do you want to have a platform for your online stuff, you know, like your DIY items and things, I would just recommend partnering with someone that's going to work with your merchant account so that you don't have to, worry about your money getting snatched. Because listen, not even gonna lie, I had my Stripe account for 3 years. Why did people, but first of all, I never even charged it or using the thing, but I did create it. And I literally just got an email the other day that they closed my account August the 3rd because I don't meet their terms and conditions, which I know because that's why I never used it. But it's just so weird that like it took y'all 3 years to just be in my business, but okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, so yep, Square, PayPal, all of them is really iffy. All of them is really iffy. And Dispute Fox, you know, we do like, I'm on like, we like, it's my company. They do integrate with Square. They integrate with PayPal because folks have been asking for that, particularly because we know when you first coming in, it is kind of hard to get a, you know, sometimes it is kind of hard to get a merchant account. So they kind of put that in there as a temporary thing to do, but I don't recommend folks do it long term because, you know, you run the risk of getting your money snatched, getting your money put on hold. I think the longest I met somebody at CreditCon this year, and I said I think it was PayPal. PayPal held that money for 6 months. It was like $30,000. She's also, thanks to me, on Dispute Fox, and she is a CRC millionaire plaque owner. I converted a lot of y'all over. I'm not gonna say her name, but I think I did, you know, I think they owe me a name. I converted so many CRC people. And somebody blocked me out the group. I was converting anybody. Like, come on over to the best side. All right. Anything else, guys? Because we're coming up on time. So I want to respect your time.